Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Frankonaga Field at Memorial Ballpark for today's doubleheader between your Lassen Cougars and College of the Redwoods. Lassen at this time is they're 11 and 14 overall and 6 and 6 in conference. The Corsairs are 4 and 17 overall, 0 and 10 in conference. So all the games from this point on get to be big. It's getting near playoff time, and every win means something in the standings. You got to play them all like they're a playoff game, and I'm sure Frank's prepped his guys like that. He's not overlooking an 0 and 10 Redwoods team. He's going to play them like they're the best team in the league, and they do it for one reason, because if the best team always wins, there'd be no reason to play the games. And I know during my career, I played a lot of teams I should have beat and lost to them, and it just was something I could never let go of. So I'm sure Frank's prepared the boys, and they're ready to go. And as the starting pitcher for the College of the Redwoods, Shad Jones takes him out and is doing his warm-up pitches. Shad has a 7.94 ERA. It's 2 and 4 overall in 8 appearances. He's pitched 39 and 2/3 of an innings, giving up 64 hits and 44 runs. Walked 15 and struck out 26. Right-hander. And again, if you didn't know, Lassen is the visiting team for this game, even though it's our home field, because of a rainout situation at the College of Redwoods. So next year, Redwoods will have their 3 games at home, and we'll have 2 here. Leading off for the Cougars will be Jack Ingram, shortstop. Jack's batting .351 coming into the series today with 6 doubles. And he's standing in for the first pitch. Here we go. Jones's pitch. Fastball down the middle, strike 1. Oh, 1 breaking ball flown out to shallow right field. Catch is made, out number 1. So there's 1 out. That brings to the plate for the Cougars, Caden Stutzman. Caden shows bunt, pulls back, takes strike 1. Stutzman on the ears hitting .212. Takes a breaking ball down, 1-1 to count. Pitch fouled off down the third base line. Count goes to 1-2. Stutzman a threat to steal if he gets on base. He's 6 for 6 in stolen bases this year. He'll dig in, waiting the pitch. Fastball low and away, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch is thrown out to right field. He's under it. Makes a catch. 2 outs for the Cougars. That'll bring up Matt Scher. Matt on the ears hitting .333. Matt is also a threat to steal. He's got 9 stolen bases and 10 attempts on the year. He waits the 0-0 pitch. Fastball, swing and miss, strike 1. Breaking ball low and away. Evens the count at 1-1. Unlike last week, Shad Jones is working at a very quick pace as Stutzman attempts a drag bunt, bunts through it. Count goes to 1-2. Breaking ball hit slowly down the third base line. Pitcher picks it up, throws it first. A base hit. He beat it out. So Sure will be on second. With two men out, is a good time to run right now. Got a good base runner. 2 outs, get in scoring position if he can make it safely. So Cook is now the batter. Cook waits the 0-0 pitch. Takes it up and away, gets away from the catcher. Sure will advance to second. Cook is hitting 176 on the year. And we need a big 2-out knock right now. It's important to set that tempo right now. Redwoods is playing him heavy to pull. Sure gets a huge jump and stops. And Cook takes it for a strike. 1-1 the count. He probably took it thinking that Sure was going to steal because he had such a big jump, and he called it off. I'm not quite sure why. But the count goes to 1-1 the pitch. Changeup, strike 2, swung and missed. So again, the count goes to 1-2. Looks in, gets the sign, checks the runner. The pitch. Ground ball, second base. Picks it up, throws the first. Got the out, inning over. For the Cougs, there's only one hit. No runs. Heading to the bottom of the first. Okay, so we're back. Starting pitcher for the Cougars is Bronson Chappell. Here comes the 0-0. Fastball, taken for a strike. Chappell on the year has a 1-1 record. Second pitch, fastball, strike, 0-2. He has a 1-1 record with a 4.86 ERA. He's pitched 50 innings. He's walked 7, struck out 52. And the 0-2's on the way. Fouled off at the plate. Will remain 0-2. Gavin Dansby, the hitter for Redwoods, is 303 on the year. He's got 8 stolen bases in 8 attempts. If he gets on, it's a good chance he'll be running. The 0-2. Breaking ball up. 1-2. Lassen is playing him to be a late hitter. Left fielder is way in left center field. Shortstop's playing up, shaded up the middle, and the third base way off the line. Here comes the 1-2. Ground ball. Backhanded by Ingram in the short, long throw across the diamond. Got him. Bang, bang play. Great play by the shortstop. So Soto Romero is the next hitter. He's hitting .352 on the year, 71 at bats. Really nice play by Ingram in short. Great way to start the game. Left-handed batter. Takes a fastball away for a ball. Lassen's playing him to pull in the infield and shaded a little bit late in the outfield. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball down, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Base hit up the middle for Romero. So the game started an hour late today. With the rain that we got last night and this morning, they kept the field covered until about an hour before the game, and then there was some cleanup to do and some drying up. Field's in perfect condition to play in right now. So Romero's up first. Bronson comes set. And the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Bobbled again. So that will go for an error on Rackham, which should have been a double play ball. Goes as an error. We have one out, runners on first and second. And it brings up the catcher, Cam Whitty, 281 on the year. For the 0-0 pitch, breaking ball, called strike, 0-1. Breaking ball fouled off, 0-2. It's a good time for Bronson to pitch to some weak contact. Get a ground ball, get it out of the inning. Hopefully he hits it to Rackham. Rackham can make amends. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Fastball swung and missed, strike 3. So that's 2 outs. Runner still at first and second. And Zach Cole, the batter. Cole playing shortstop today. Right-handed batter, hitting .295. He has 5 doubles and a home run. Got a little bit of pop. The 0-0 slider hit the third. Fielded good. He goes a short way to Rackham across the diamond. Registers the third out. That will go 5-4. And the score is 0-0 heading to the top of the second. All right, so here we go. Top of the second inning. It's going to bring Zach Rackham to the plate, playing second base. Right-handed batter. Rackham with the ground ball to short on the first pitch. Field throws across the diamond. Out number one. That'll bring to the plate number 3, Dax Sayer. Sayer playing right field today. And the 0 pitch. Breaking ball up. Ball 1. Sayer's hitting 383 on the year. And the 1-1 pitch is taken for a ball. Curveball. Makes the count 2-1. Both teams with 1 hit so far. And the pitch. Line drive, right field, right at the right fielder, and the play is made. Blake Browning, the right fielder, making the play. That will bring Logan Fisher to the plate. Logan is hitting 310 on the year with 4 doubles. The 0-0. Fastball up, swung on, popped up to second. Camps underneath it. Makes the play. Ends the inning for the Cougars. We'll go to the bottom of the second. All tied up, 0-0. We're back at the bottom of the second inning. Leading off for the Corsairs is number 6, Parker Rogers, playing third base today. Rogers hitting 351. Chapel digs in. Skies the sign. And the pitch. Fastball taken, strike 1. The 0-1 on the way. Swung on, fouled off to the third base dugout. Count goes to 0-2. Again, the Cougar defense playing them late in the outfield, straight up in the infield. And now they just move them a little bit later. In the 0-2, breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Davenport. Count goes to 1-2. Again today, the Cougars roll out. Kyle Miklas still out from a arm injury that he suffered in the Feather River game, or no, the Shasta game. kept him out of action last week. The 1-2 on the way. Fastball fouled off again. And we'll do it all again right now. Breaking ball, flared to right field, base hit. So the Redwoods has a leadoff batter on. Now batting, number 22, the first baseman, Jaron Ford. Ford is a 246 hitter coming into the series. The big kid shows drag, pushes it down the first base line, fielded by Cook. Cook flicks to Rackham and get out number 1. So the sacrifice is successful, and the Corsairs have a runner on second base with 1 out. That brings up second baseman, Reagan Nyberg. Coming into the series, Nyberg's hitting .391 in limited at-bats. 23 on the year. Cougar outfield remains late. Fastball in, taken for a strike. 0-1. Ingram holds a runner at second base. Bronson comes to the plate. Fastball taken for a strike, goes 0-2. Short league for Rogers at second base. And the pitch. Fastball up, but fouled away. Count remains 0-2. Ingram's holding the runner hard at second base. It's going to be hard to score him on a base hit. But it's a big opening on the left side of the infield right now. Breaking ball, dribbled down the first base line. So we'll do the 0-2 all again. He was late on that pitch, and the defense is playing him really late. Fastball swung on a miss, strike 3. That'll bring up Donson Strazzulo. Number 3 is playing left field. Strazzulo's hitting .208. So now we have 2 outs. Runner on second base, 9-hole hitter up for the Redwoods. Fastball taken, strike 1. Redwoods is taking a lot of fastballs for strikes. They're playing Strazzulo more straight up in the infield, but still slightly late in the outfield, and the 0-1 on the way. Fastball swung on into the third base dugout. Makes count 0-2. Chappell's ahead of almost every hitter so far today, which is a great sign. He's attacking the hitters aggressively. He's keeping the defense on their toes. Nothing worse than playing defense behind somebody that doesn't want to throw strikes or can't throw strikes. So the tempo he's keeping is good. And the pitch. Breaking ball, hit the left center field. I don't think anybody's going to get there. They don't. It dies in a saturated area in left field. The throw into second base is late. And Strazzulo has a stand-up double and an RBI. So Chappell, although working ahead of people, makes an 0-2 mistake and costs himself a run. Now we're back at it. 0-0 with the leadoff hitter up. Gavin Dansby. Dansby grounded out the short his first time. The 0-0 is taken up and in, ball one. Very small lead at second base by Strazulo. Fastball low and away, ball two. And this is not one of those times you're going to pitch around anybody with an open bag. They're going to go right at him. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Fastball grounded to first base. Cook fields it, flips to Chappell. Out number 3, but the damage was done. Corsairs score 1. Going into the top of the third, the score is 1-0. College of Redwoods. So Shad Jones completes his warm-ups. The ball's thrown down to second base. That's going to bring up third baseman number 23, Caden Cripps. Cripps on the year, batting .217. Takes a pitch, strike one. And the 0-1 on the way. Slider, base hit, left field. Nice piece of hitting on an 0-1 pitch. Left fielder bobbles it, but gets it in plenty of time to keep Cripps to a single. That'll bring up Ashton Davenport, catching today for the Cougars. I'm sure that they're going to be bunting right now as he comes to. Here's the bunt. Push to the first baseline. Pitcher fields it. Flips to the first baseman covering the bag. Out number 1. The sacrifice is done well. And the Cougars have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. That'll bring up the top of the order. Shortstop number 2, Jack Ingraham will be hitting. Jack flied out to right field his first at bat. First baseman for Redwoods playing way in like they're expecting some short game. I don't see that coming right now with 1 out. And the pitch, breaking ball, taken for a strike. The second baseman has swung way over to the 4-hole in anticipation of having to cover first base on a bunt. And I'm pretty sure that's just not going to happen, guys. But Redwoods thinks it's up, and the 0-1's on the way. Fly ball right field. It's over the right fielder's head. He gets to it quickly. He bobbles it. Ingraham's going to end up at third. And Cripps scores a run. Cougs tie the game on a triple over the right fielder's head. So now we have 2 holes hitter batting. Caden Stutzman. Stutzman flew out the right field last time. That same fly ball will score a run for the Cougs right now. Redwoods playing the infield in. The pitch. Strike. Oh, no, taken for a ball. Off-speed pitch taken for a ball. And the pitch. Fastball fouled off over the first base dugout, 1-1. Redwoods pitcher working out of the windup. And the pitch. Base hit up the middle. Cougs take the lead 2-1. That brings up center fielder Matt Schur. Schur singled his first at bat. Still only one out. Stutzman is 6 for 6 on the year in stolen bases. He has a healthy lead. Pitcher throws over. Stutzman safe. So Redwoods is well aware that he is a base stealing threat. And we can only hope he thinks more of the runner than he does the hitter and makes a mistake. Another throw over, that close play. And they call him safe again. That was a very, very close play. Another big lead. Another pick. And he's safe again.
Yeah, it looks like it's at right field. That's what I thought.
The 0 on the fouled off. Stutzman was not running.
I think you picked 3 times.
Coach Avila gives the sign to the offense. 0-1 count to the 3-hole hitter. Sure. The pitch in the dirt, blocked. Nice read in the dirt by Stutzman. He'll be safe with no throw at second base. So now 1 out, 1-1 to count, and a runner in scoring position for the Cougs again. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Huge jump for Stutzman. Goes back. Breaking ball. Hit it right at the shortstop on one hop. Bobbles it. Goes across the diamond. Runner safe. That'll go as an E6. The runner could not advance. Again, Stutzman had a huge jump and took off and stopped. So let's see if the Cougars can take advantage of the mistake by the shortstop. Redwood's not holding the runner at second base. Now the shortstop comes over and does a little something, but not much. Fastball up and away, 1-0. Now he's holding the runner a little bit tighter. Now peels off the pitch. Fly ball, left center field. Don't believe that's going to get caught. It's off the left center field wall. Stutzman will score. Schur will score. And Cook has a 2 RBI double to left center field. That'll bring up Zach Rackham to the plate. Zach grounded to shortstop his last at bat. Cougs have a runner on second, 1 out, and a 4-0 lead. So they do take advantage of the error by Redwoods. And Rackham the batter. The pitch. Fastball low and away, ball 1.
Oh, yeah. They hit like a foot from the window.
Cook, not a base running threat. Their Redwoods is barely holding him at second. He has a medium lead. There's the pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. 2-0.
Oh, Rackham.
Rackham should see a good pitch to hit right now on 2-0. Cook with a modest lead at second. And the pitch. Fastball hits him. So first and second. One out. That brings up Zach Sayer. Sayer hit a line drive to right field his last at bat. This is the 8th bat of the inning for the Cougars. 4-1 to score. Redwoods calls timeout. Is having a meeting at home plate. There's no activity in Redwoods' bullpen right now. And so they're either really counting on him to burn some innings. You get to the point where if you fall down by enough, do you want to burn an arm in a game that you're down a lot, or do you want to just kind of let this guy go as long as he can and chew up as many innings with the 3-game set just beginning? Coach Allo leaves him in the game. And again, the batter will be right fielder Dax Sayer. Red was in need of a ground ball. And again, the first baseman playing way in, expecting a short game. And with one out, I don't see it. But here's the pitch, fouled off. 0-1 to count. Now they move the first baseman back. Again, they're not holding Cook on. They're covering ground. Looking back the 0-1. Fly ball right field. Caught by the right fielder. Spin turns the ball in. First and third. 2 outs. Cook did tag up. So Cougars now have runners on first and third, 2 outs. Rackham has 9 stolen bases on the year. I'd bet right now that he's going to be running somewhere in this at bat. Logan Fisher, the batter. Fisher popped up the second last time. Fastball low and away. Delay steal. Catcher throws down. Runner's going to score, and Rackham's going to be safe at second base. So Cougars ran a delay steal. Catcher made a poor throw that the middle infielder couldn't hold on to, and the Cougs score their 5th run. The count 1-0 to Fisher. Rackham had a little false break there at second. Acted like he was going to steal and called it off. With Fisher at the plate. Counts 2-0. So 5-1 Cougs. The damage, a big inning. Helped out by an error at shortstop. Fastball jammed him. Ground ball to short. Shortstop takes it on. Bounce, throws across the diamond. Out number 3. But that's the end of 2.5. The Cougs are going to lead at 5-1. Leading off the third for the Redwoods will be Raul Soto Romero. Had a base hit his last time up to center field. He takes the first pitch, fastball, ball one. Again, Redwoods taking a lot of fastballs. That was a very close pitch, but went for a ball. Fastball fouled off over the third base dugout. So the Cougs last inning sent 9 hitters to the plate, scoring 5 of them, getting them a 5-run lead. And although it was helped by an error by the Redwood shortstop, they have hit the ball pretty hard, both safely and for outs. So the 1-1's on the way. Swung and fouled off. Redwoods hitter Romero has injured himself somehow. He's okay. In need of no medical attention.
I took a bunch off my right hand yesterday.
So Chapel ahead 1-2. This is what you need a shutdown inning right now. We scored, they don't. And the 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball up, but called strike 3. That brings up Blake Browning. Right fielder number 7. Browning got on base by an error by the Cougars second baseman. Nobody on. 0-0 count. Fastball low and away, ball 1. Fastball hit very hard to center field, base hit. So Browning's on with a base hit to center field. Corsairs have a runner at first with 1 out. That brings up the cleanup hitter, catcher Cam Whitty. Whitty struck out looking his last at bat. Chapel looking for a ground ball here. 0-0 pitch on the way. Slider popped up. Shallow center field. Center fielder calls for it. Makes the catch easily. Throws behind the runner at first base. Runner safe. Now we have 2 outs, runner on first base. Zach Cole, shortstop, will be hitting. Ground ball to third. Pitch. Slider in the dirt. Davenport blocks it. The runner does not advance. Very small lead for the base runner for Redwoods. Chapel looks, goes to the plate. Fastball fouled off into the catcher's glove. 1-1 count. Pick off over to first. Not quite sure why. Guy's a couple steps off the bag. Browning does have 3 stolen bases, though. That's probably why. And the pitch, fastball, taken away. 2-1 to count. Down 5, not the best time to be stealing bags, but you never know. Chapel set, checks the runner. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball hit up the middle. Error by Ingraham at short. The runner can only advance to second base. So a 2-out error by Ingraham. And that'll put a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for the Corsairs. That'll bring Parker Rogers to the plate, the third baseman. Had a base hit in his last at bat. Short lead at second. Chapel checks him, goes to the plate. Fastball fouled off. Really big hack by Parker Rogers. And Rogers does have 18 strikeouts on the year. That swing's probably part of it. The 0-1 on the way. Fastball taken away. 1-1 to count. Another close pitch. So he's got some holes in his swing. Twice as many strikeouts as he has walks. Playing him slightly late in the infield. Straight up in the outfield. And the pitch. Down. 2-1. When a guy has that big a swing, you're almost doing him a favor by throwing something off speed. I'm pretty sure the fastball can go by him. We'll see if we're on the same page as Coach Seth. And here's the pitch. Fastball, low and away. 3-1 count. This is a time when Chapel's got to be a little bit stronger mentally and not let that error affect him. He's been ahead of almost all the hitters, and all of a sudden we have an error, and we're 3-1 on the count. The pitch. Ball hit high up the middle. Chapel spears it, throws to first base for the out. So the Corsairs strand a couple base runners, and after 3 full, the score is 5-1 Cougars. Leading off the top of the fourth for the Cougars would be Caden Cripps. Cougars have gotten 5 hits so far, and Cripps has one of them. Scored the first Cougar run. Shows bunt, takes it. The catcher doesn't even get a glove on it, and it goes to backstop. But it's 1-0 now to Cripps. Breaking ball on a 0-1 pitch popped up. Catcher's calling for it. Makes the catch. Out number 1. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, catcher, Ashton Davenport. Last inning, Davenport had a sacrifice bunt that helped the Cougars score a run. He shows bunt. Perfect bunt on the third base line. A little hard. Catcher missed, or third baseman misplays it. And Davenport was safe for first base with no throw. With the top of the order coming up, Jack Ingraham will be the batter. Ingraham had a triple his last at bat. And has a fly to right field. That's error, guys. So the 0-0 and the pitch. Taking fastball away, strike one. Right fielder's playing a little deeper for this at bat. They had him real shallow last time, and Ingraham burned him with a triple over his head. Davenport not a big threat to run. With one out, probably not much short game on the way. Ingraham grounds the ball to short. Goes to second for one on the first. One hops, safe. So not a good exchange in the middle. And Ingraham beats out the ground ball, avoiding the double play. That out will go 6-4. Two outs. Stutzman, the batter, has a base hit and a fly ball to right. Ingraham is a threat to run. He's got 6 stolen bases on the year, has not been caught once. Base hit up the middle on the 0-0 offering. Ingraham will round second. Ball comes behind him at second. Cut off by the shortstop. Now we have first and second. 2 outs. Brings Matt Scher to the plate. Scher has a base hit and an error by the shortstop in his 2 previous at-bats. A little bit of activity going on in the Redwoods bullpen, but the guy's still in his warm-up top, so doesn't seem like he's pressing himself to get ready. We have 2 outs. And the 0-0 to Scher. The pitch. Breaking ball. Hit deep center field. Way back off the center field wall on a one hop. 2 runs are going to score, and Scher will be in with a stand-up double at second base. Well, again, a fielding miscue by the third baseman for Redwoods leads to some runs by the Cougars. Scher's at second with 2 outs, and Cook's the batter. Cook had a ground out to second and a double. And Scher, another with a huge lead, had a jump and called it off. They had a pick on, and the pitcher decided not to throw it. And the 0 pitch on the way. Breaking ball in the dirt. Cougars with a 7-1 lead here in the 4th inning. Two more hits so far in the inning. Stoppage in play while Scher has some equipment issue. Don't be surprised if they start him up. He's timing him. 1-0 the count. Shortstop comes in behind. Nothing there. Pitch. Base hit. Right field. Scher will score. And the inning continues. That'll bring Rackham to the plate. Hit by a pitch and ground ball to short. Cougars have added 3 runs this inning on a few hits. And the pitch on the way. Fly ball, center field. Center fielder's underneath it. Makes a play and ends the inning for the Cougs. So at the end of 4.5, 8-1, Lassen. With the Cougars leading 8-1 in the bottom of the fourth, batter's going to be Jaron Ford. Sacrifice. Last at bat. And the 0 pitch on the way. Fastball low and away, ball 1. I'm not sure what the run rule is in the GVC, but I'm pretty sure in one of the games of the doubleheader and the pitch taken 2-0. One of the games of the doubleheader I believe can be a 10-run rule game. And if they use it once, they can't use it again. Let's hope. 2-0 pitch. Fastball again, low and away, ball 3. And like we talked about last week, the one thing you can't do with a lead is walk anybody. Solo home runs hurt you less than walks with no outs. Takes a lot of solo home runs to win a game. And here's a 3-0 from Chappell. Fastball right down the middle, strike 1. So the count goes to 3-1 to Ford. And the pitch. Fastball hit to the right side, weakly. Second baseman fields it, throws to Cook. Out number 1.
Real count.
You just got to do more than that on a 3-1 pitch. Can't hit a ball weakly to the opposite side. I'm sure their coach will say something to him. And that's going to bring to the plate Reagan Nyberg, second baseman, struck out his last time at bat. Shows bunt, pulls it back, ball 1. (2-0) fastball taken in. Now Chappell this inning just the opposite as he's been all game. He's fallen behind the first 2 hitters. He's gotten away with it. But the 2-0 on the way. Fastball way in, 3-0. So 2 consecutive hitters goes 3-0 to with an 8-1 lead. I'm sure that's not making Frank and Seth very happy. The 3-0 pitch, fastball taken for a strike. Same MO as last batter. Just adding to his pitch count. He can get deeper into games if he could eliminate these kind of blurps that he has going. The 3-1 is taken again. Fastball right down the middle for strike 2. 1 out, 3-2 the count. Nyberg the batter. Fastball. Struck out looking. Strike 3. So he's up there for 6 pitches doesn't swing the bat one time, and the Cougars have 2 outs. But the pitch count keeps going up, and that's going to leave Strazula to the plate who had a double and an RBI. The 0-0. Fastball right there, strike one. Fastball, check swing, foul ball. Goes to 0-2 to the 9-hole hitter. Sarah will lead off the top of the 5th for the Cougars when that happens. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. Count remains 0-2. What did he say?
He said your pitch. He's picking the pitch he's going to throw.
The 0-2 slider, line to third. Nice play by the third baseman, Caden Cribbs, to end the inning. At the end of 4, Cougs lead 8-1. Shad Jones still pitching for College of Redwoods. Light activity in the Corsairs bullpen. So again, starting off the 5th, Zach Sayre. Sayre's the line drive down the first base line, foul.
Still pretty slow. Gavin, how fast do you think he's throwing? How fast do you think he's throwing?
Sayre 0 for 2.
He's high 80s. Yeah.
Hit the ball to right field both times. Takes a breaking ball in the dirt for 1-1.
Mid 80s, probably. No.
Fastball up, fouled off. That was ball 2. Sayre finds himself in a hole, 1-2. The pitch. Breaking ball, looking, strike 3. So Sayre's down on strikes. That'll bring Logan Fish to the plate. Fisher 0 for 2 with a pop up to second and a ground ball to short. Knowing Coach Frank, he wants a little bit of something every inning. The 0-0 to Fisher. Taken up, ball 1. One-0 pitch. Change-up, I believe, looked good. Maybe a little away. Goes to 2-0. Good pitch to hit coming from Fisher right now. Fastball up. Base hit center field. Fisher's on first base with 1 out. That'll bring Caden Cripps to the plate. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Fisher has no stolen bases this year. He's at first base. The pitch in the dirt, blocked. Fisher did not read in the dirt. Called it off. Counts 1-0. Good block by the Redwoods catcher. Checks Fisher at first. Comes set. The pitch. Fastball. Hit pretty well to left field. It's going to be over the left fielder's head. Relayed into the shortstop. They're holding Fisher at third, and Cripps is on second with a stand-up double. The Cougars will have runners at second and third, one out with the top of the, with 9-hole hitter Ashton Davenport coming up. Redwoods brings their infielder in. Short game is not out of the question right now for the 9-hole inexperienced hitter, Davenport. Fastball hits the right. Bloop that fell into right field for a base hit. Ball goes to the catcher. It's not cut off, and Davenport ends up at second base. So 1 run scored. Cripps goes to third, and Davenport has an RBI single to right. So Fisher scores. Cripps at third. Davenport at second. And leadoff batter Ingraham at the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a triple. Fly ball to right. And a ground ball to short. The pitch. Taken up. Ball 1. Corsairs can't afford to give up any more. Off speed, taken away for a strike. Good pitch. Good pitch to take. And then 1-1 on the way. Another breaking ball hit right at the second baseman who fields it. Can't have a dove and made a great play. Could not have a play at the plate. And he's thrown out of third, but Ingraham scores the run on a hard hit ground ball to the right side. So Stutzman the batter. 2 hits and a fly ball to right. He takes the first pitch, breaking ball up for ball 1. Davenport at third. Not sure what the pitch was, but it was taken for a strike. Have we scored 2 this innings? The Cougars have tacked on 2. Change up, taken for a ball. 2-1 to Stutzman. Two outs, runner on third. 2-1 count. And a pitch. Shows bunt. Nice soft bunt down the third base line. He hit the catcher, makes a nice play. Fields it. Tags the runner coming from third to home. And then drops the ball as he tried to tag the runner. So the Stutzman will end up at second base after the catcher dropped it and the ball went to the backstop. Cougs scored another run. Not sure that was the greatest base running job by Davenport at third. If he would have ended the inning there, it would have been a disaster. But since it was dropped, the inning goes on. And sure, the batter, the pitch, taken in the dirt, ball 1. 11-1 the score in the top of the 5th. 3 holes sure up. 2 for 3 with a single and a double. He takes the 1-0 pitch for strike 1. Also has a ground ball error short. Scored 2 runs. Couple RBIs. Good day for Matt. And the 1-1's on the way. In the dirt again. Blocked. No advance by the runner. They might be being careful with him with an open bag, even though Cook's had a productive day today. You worry more about Sure than you do Cook. And the pitch. Something off speed and up. Swung on him, fouled back to the backstop, driving the count to 2-2. He swung at ball 3 right there. But the count's 2-2. 2 outs. Runner at second base. Lassen's tacked on 3 here. And something again off speed. Swinging bunt down the third base line. There'll be no play. The runner will advance, and Sure will have a swinging bunt base hit.
Same exact spot.
So Cook will be the batter with a double and a base hit, RBI, and a ground out to second. Again, Sure, a big threat to steal with an 11-run lead. I'm not sure they'll do it here in the 5th, but they might. And the pitch, up and away, ball 1.
I do regular steal probably.
I'd be tempted not to run him right now, but there is only the 5th inning right now. And the pitch, Cook gets a ground ball to first base, fair ball, unassisted out, and the inning's over. But the Cougars tack on 3 more and lead 11-1 after 4.5.
Might have been a good.
Bottom of the 5th. The batter's Gavin Dansby, center fielder, 0 for 2 today. Chappell out for his 5th inning of work. His first pitch, called strike. What the hell did I do with that? 0-1 pitch. Fly ball deep right field. He's backpedaling, falls down and makes a circus catch out there for out number 1. It was a really bad route. He kept backpedaling and drifting on it, and finally got what he deserved. He fell down, but still made the catch. So Cougars get 1 out here. Can you find my pen? I don't know where it went. That brings up Raul Soto Romero. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a backwards K. He shows bunt and fouls it off. An 11-1 game. Bunting right now is, I don't know if it's advisable or not. It wouldn't be back when I was coaching. So the 0-1 breaking ball hit well to right center field. It's going to fall between the two outfielders, and Romero will be up at second base with a stand-up double. Did you find it?
Here's one right here.
That brings up Browning. First pitch taken for a ball, low and away. Browning's 1 for 2 with a single and a E4. 1-0 pitch. Fastball hit pretty well to right center field. Both outfielders are there.
Yes, sir, Dax.
Dax there makes the catch on the run. Nobody advances. There'll be 2 outs, runner on second base with Cam Whitty coming to the plate. Whitty 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a fly ball to center.
Good Lord.
Base hit to left field. Left fielder bobbles it slightly. Run's going to score. Batter runner will be held at first base. But Redwood scores a 2-out run on an RBI single by Whitty. The left fielder bobbled it, but he probably would have scored from second anyway. I don't think there'll be an error there. Cougars put their second run, or the Corsairs put their second run on the board and have a runner on first base with 2 outs. Bringing up Zach Cole. Fastball, base hit right field. Hit too hard to advance, so the runner's only going to stay at second base.
Yeah, that's all he got.
Got a feeling the pitch count's getting up there for Bronson at this point. That's going to bring up Parker Rogers. 1 for 2 with a run scored, base hit, and a 1-3. So Romero scored the second run for Redwoods. Scores 11-2. 2 outs. First pitch fastball in the dirt. Ball 1.
Whatever it takes.
The 1-0 offering. Fastball taken in for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. And Chappell's paying a lot of attention to the runner at second. I just don't see any way they're going to be stealing this bag down 11-2 with the runner already being in scoring position. Again, a 2 look by Bronson and the pitch. Down again, 2-1. This is a good time. I like him to not even look at the runner at second. Because you get the hitter out and there's no damage. The runner at second is not going to hurt you at all. The 2-1 pitch, fastball fouled straight back, 2-2, 2 outs. Runners at first and second for Redwoods.
What's his best pitch? Slider? What is he throw?
Chappell again comes to the plate. Up and away, but fouled off. Rogers swinging at ball 3 right there. Game, you need runners for Redwoods. They get the count hit a little bit better than they are right now. Again, Chappell's pitch count is probably getting up there. I wouldn't be surprised to see a pitching change next inning. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. So the count will go to 3-2, and the runners will be running on the pitch. A single will definitely score a run, and a double will score 2. So we need a good pitch here by Bronson to hold on finish the inning, take his handshakes, and maybe hand the ball off to the next guy. Too much attention to the runner at second. They're stealing. There they go. The pitch, 3-2, grounded up the middle. Ingraham fields it. That was just a weird play right there. So Ingraham fielded the ball going up the middle, went to tag the base to get the runner out, forgetting, I think, that he was running with the pitch. The runner at first beat the tag at second, but Ingraham had the presence of mind to throw the ball across the diamond, and Cook was already out the bag, but he recovered, got back to get the third out. So Rogers grounds out. That will go 6-3, and the Cougars will be up hitting to the sixth in just a minute. So leading off for the Cougars here in the top of the sixth will be Zach Rackham. Rackham 0-2 on the day with a ground ball to short, fly ball to right, and he got hit by a pitch and stranded at second base. The Corsairs have a pitching change. Now pitching them is Cole Pulliam with 11.37 ERA. Has 8 appearances on the year. His first pitch, fastball up, but called for a strike. Rackham down 0-1. Slider low and away, ball 2, ball 1. Count goes to 1-1. Pulliam in warm-ups to a fastball changeup slider. The 1-1 pitch is grounded to the third. He fields it, throws across the diamond. Out number 1. Rackham's retired, 5-3. Pulliam has pitched 12 2/3 of an innings so far this year. He's walked 16 and struck out 9, so control seems to be a bit of an issue, probably leading to that 11 ERA. But he retires the first batter. Now he's facing Dak Sayer, who takes the first pitch. It's a hard ground ball to third. Bobbled twice, and he'll be safe at first. That'll be an E5. It was hit hard, but the play's got to be made. At the junior college level, that play's got to be made. So Sayer gets on first base on an error by the third baseman. I'm not sure how much running will be done at this time in an 11-2 game. Logan Fisher's the batter. 1 for 3 today. The pitch. Ducks out of the way of a breaking ball. 1-0. One out. 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball swung and missed. Sayer, the base runner at first. Fisher even in the count. 1-1, 1 out. 11-2, Cougs. Changeup left right down the middle of the plate. Right fielder chases it. Ball runs out of play. Fisher down 1-2. So Pulliam has Fisher in the hole. Count 1-2. Checks the runner first, comes set. Gets a fastball right down the middle of the plate, flown to shallow center field. The ball is not caught. The shortstop picks up in shallow center field, throws for the out at second base. So it could have been a base hit, turns into a fielder's choice with a 6-4, which you won't see like that very often. So Fisher's on first after the fielder's choice. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, that's exactly. That's all you got to do is give it the LCC cafeteria.
Could have been a little closer to cycling, but if he catches that.
So 2 outs. Corsairs dodge a little bit of a bullet. Fastball low and away. 1-0 the count. Fisher the base runner. Again, he had a knee injury last year's, limited some of his activity, but not a threat to steal in this situation. And the pitch. Fastball down 2-0. So Cripps, who's had a very productive day, scored a couple runs, double, single, and a pick off the first. Again, things have changed. In an 11-2 game, pickoffs are just not that common, especially down 2-0 on the pitch. Slider on the 2-0 pitch that Cripps takes. Called strike, 2-1 now. Good pitch to take by Cripps. Fisher has a short lead at first. Pulliam comes set. And the 2-1. Slider, he looks at but takes. Now goes to 3-1. Two outs, runner on first base. Cripps ahead in the count, 3-1. Another pick. The game has changed, folks. The pitch, ball 4. So as we stated earlier, Pulliam coming into the game had 16 walks and 9 strikeouts, and has come to get him again right now. He got a gift on the missed pop-up. I think it went for a hit if he wouldn't have got the out of second base, but the shortstop picked up the ball and threw to second base for the fielder's choice. So he got helped by some bad base running, and now he hurts himself by a 2-out walk, bringing up Davenport. Davenport he's 1 for 2 with a sack and a base hit and an error on the third baseman. Fastball up, popped up to third base. He's under it, makes the play. The third out's done. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Score 11-2 Cougars. So Chapel's finished his warm-up pitches. They did send him out for the bottom of the 6th inning. And leading off for Redwoods will be Jaron Ford. Ford is 0 for 1 with a sack and a ground out to second. So Chapel's back out there, and he has thrown over 100 pitches in a couple different outings this year. And his 0-0 is a fastball low and away. I'm sure there's activity in the Cougar bullpen. And Chapel goes 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Ford. Ford batting .246 coming into the series. And the 1-1 pitch. Fastball low and away, 2-1.
He's starting next game.
Who is it?
Danny's starting, so I don't know. No, Drew's in the dugout.
2-1 pitch fouled off straight back to the backstop and evens the count at 2-2. They'd like to get as many innings out of Chapel as they can with the 3-game series going. And then we have 5 games next week against Siskiyous. So Chapel's 2-2. Slider taken, strike 3.
Wait, looks like whoever 33 is stretch. Joaquin.
Joaquin Warner warning up for the Cougars in the bullpen. That'll bring up Reagan at Nyberg to the plate. Over 2 with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking. And the 0-0. Fastball. Called a strike. A little bit questionable call, but in 9-run games, the strike zone seems to get a little bit bigger. And I think everybody wants it that way. So the 0-1. Taken for strike 2. 0-2 the count. Occasionally, Chapel has made some 0-2 mistakes in his last couple of outings. This is something to work on this pitch right now.
Slider.
The 0-2 on the way. Fastball right down the middle. Fouled off. I got a feeling that was a bit of a mistake. Count remains 0-2. Shakes a sign. I'm not sure that was a deke or if that was a real shake. And the pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Base hit left field. So the 0-2 play continues.
Left. Yeah, that would be 6.
So base hit left field by Nyberg on an 0-2 pitch. Brings up Strazulo, Dante Strazulo. 1 for 2 with a double on the day. Is that yours? The 0-1 low and away. Excuse me, the 0-0 low and away for 1-0. Bronson behind in the count. 1-0. Pitch fouled off weakly down the third baseline. So evens the count at 1-1. Redwoods coach continuing to give signs, even though I find it hard to believe they're going to run at all in this count when they're chasing 9 runs. Umpire calls time. Not quite sure why. Chapel steps off the mound. Now engages. Checks the runner briefly. Comes set. The pitch. Ground ball, second base. 2 hopper. Throws to Ingraham for 1 on to first.
Got it. Oh,
Safe at first base, but a good turn. The ball took Rackham a little bit to his left. He had a long throw to the pivot man. Ingraham handled it well, got rid of it quick, but the Redwoods runner just able to beat it out. The out goes 4-6. And brings it the leadoff hitter, Gavin Dansby. Dansby 0 for 3. Runner on first, 2 outs. And the pitch. He shows bunt and bunts it softly down the third base line, but it rolls foul. That ball would have been trouble. Still, I gotta tell you, bunting an 11-2 game. You have to have a lot of safe bunts to come back from 9. And I'm sure it was called bunt or if the batter did it on his own. I don't like the decision, but not my team. Short lead at first base, 0-1 to count. Chapel delivers. Low and away. 1-1 count. 2 outs. Cougs up 11-2. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Chapel comes set. Holds the ball a while. The pitch. Ground ball. Ingraham fields it on a dive in the 6-0. There'll be no play. It'll be a base hit. So, base hit for Dansby. That brings up Soto Romero, the DH. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored and a backwards K. So now we have 2 outs and a pitch. Fastball down, gets away from the catcher. Oh, for some reason, only 1 runner advanced. So the runner at second read in the dirt. It carried off Davenport pretty far. Both runners should have advanced. And for some reason, the runner at first did not. So now Redwoods has first and third. 2 outs, 1-0 count to Romero, who came into the series hitting .352, and he has 2 hits today. Short lead at first. Chapel comes set. And a pitch. Fastball swung and missed. And again, Romero's hurt his right wrist. Happened his last at bat. And Davenport takes one off the ankle. So Lassen's catcher's banged up a little bit. He's trying to walk it off.
He's all right.
Umpire's giving him time to walk it off. Davenport's struggling. He just falls down to 2 knees. He's holding his right ankle. And Frank just yells, "Let's go." They're playing Romero late and left, slightly pulling right. The runner runs, and Romero pops it up to third base. Cripps is over the third base side, lands on top of the dugout. Ball goes. Count goes to 1-2. So Davenport's still limping badly behind the plate. Romero apparently hurt himself again. And Redwoods tried to steal an 11-2 game. Back in the day, something would be coming pretty high and tight right now. I'd like to see Chapel finish his 6th. First and third for the Redwoods. 1-2 the count to Romero. Comes set, the pitch, fastball, grounded to second. Rackham gets in front of it, flips to Ingraham for out, and the Cougs are out of the inning with no runs. After 5.5, Lassen leads 11-2. Top of the 7, leadoff hitter, Jack Ingraham will be the first batter. Lassen had 11-2. Ingraham with a triple in 4 attempts. Scored 2 runs. Shows bunt. Third baseman fields it, throws the first in the dirt. Can't be scooped. Second baseman's backing it up. Ingraham will not be able to advance. That will go as an E5.
One run and 3 outs.
So it just kind of shows you how the game's changed a little bit.
That's probably what Coach was thinking.
11-2 games, and both teams tried some kind of short game.
That's probably what Coach was thinking. Get one more run.
So the 10-run rule is in effect. Throw over to first base. Ingraham's back safely, easily. So we have a run on first. We have no outs, and we have Stutzman the batter. Stutzman with 2 hits and 4 at-bats with a couple runs scored. Ingraham, a threat to steal. I can't see that happening at this time, but maybe another throw to first. Ball gets by the first baseman. He picks it up off the carom, throws to second base, and Ingraham is out in his attempt trying to advance. So the first baseman, a good hustle play, fills the carom off after the ball got by him, made a strike throw to second, and they got Ingraham out. So 1 out, 0-1 count to Stutzman. Pulling him out for his second inning of work. Breaking ball in the dirt, 1-1. The pitch. Breaking ball up, 2-1 count. So if the Cougars can scratch 1 out here, that will give them a 10-run lead. And if they hold Redwoods in the bottom of the 7th, I believe that would be the game. As Pulliam falls behind 3-1. He threw up a 0 last inning. As we talked about earlier, walks have been a problem for him, and the 3-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball to second. Fields it, throws to the first baseman, out number 2. That'll bring up Matt Scher. Scher 3 for 4 on the day. 2 singles and a double. Out on an E6. He'll bat here with a 9-run lead with 2 outs. Top of the 7. The 0-0 pitch. Up and in, ball 1. Something off speed. Fouled off. Count goes to 1-1. A 1-1 slider, called strike 2. Sure behind on the count, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Up. Evens the count at 2-2. So Pulliam, who came in with a high ERA, has pitched 1 and 2 there, and he's not giving up a run. Off speed in the dirt. Count goes to full. Fastball right down the middle, popped up to second base. Camps under it, calls ball. Inning over. After 6.5, Lassen leads 11-2. Bottom of the 7th, the Cougars make a pitching change. Joaquin Warner will be pitching for the Cougars. He's only thrown 1 inning this year. The ERA is high, but based on limited amount of time, he throws a fastball, slider, change, and split. And he has an 0 pitch to Blake Browning. Takes it up and in, ball 1. Browning 1 for 3. Base hit to center field in the second at bat. The 1-0 offering from Warner. Fastball low, 2-0. Joaquin has a good arm. He's had some control problems. We're hoping to get him on track for the long run over the next 3 weeks. And the 2-0. Fastball right by him. 2-1 to count. Good to see Davenport not limping. Took the field again. Looked like he had a little stinger, a little bone bruise. He's getting around pretty good right now. And Warner, the count 2-1. The pitch on the way. Guy swings at a fastball up, making the count 2-1. That was ball 3. And the Redwoods got to be looking for base runners. That pitch has got to be taken for a ball. But he helps Warner out and has a 2-2 pitch. Fastball. Not sure what that happened. It was a check swing. They appeal it to first. The base umpire says no swing, and the pitch ends up hitting the batter. So we have a runner on first base via the hit by pitch on a 2-2 count. Coach Avila is out to talk to the base umpire about the no swing. I can't see them changing this at this point. The home plate umpire asked for help. The base umpire called it a no swing. They're not going to change the call at this point. You could talk about it and let him know the guy owes you a favor, but it's not going to go. It's not going to get changed. If it gets changed, now the Redwoods coach is going to get bitter. So they break up the meeting. The check swing is not overruled. There'll be a runner at first base. With the batter being Cam Whitty. Whitty is 1 for 3. Single, fly ball to center, backwards K. We talked about it earlier, guys. Big lead, no walks, and that's exactly what happens to the Cougars right now. Warner up and in, ball 1. The only thing that can't happen with a big lead is walking people. Anything else is completely acceptable if you're the pitching coach. Now Warner down 1-0, runner at first base. Slide step by Warner. Fastball in the dirt. Warner in the slide step has to be something he's been working on. They're not trying to keep the runner from running, so it's something in his mechanics that is making him go straight slide step instead of a leg kick. There's a leg kick. Fastball up again. Now the count goes to 2-1. Swung on a missed. Count should be 3-0 right now. Short lead at first base. The 2-1 by Warner. Fastball. Called strike. 2-2 the count. No outs. Warner checks the runner briefly. Comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Way high. 3-2. Here we go. The count 3-2. Runner on first base. Nobody out. Warner checks the runner briefly. And the pitch. Runner runs. Ball 4 up and in. So a stolen base attempt will go as nothing because the batter walked. So Warner's first 2 batters are a hit batsman and a walk. And Seth's going out to the mound. Going to talk to him about some kind of mechanical adjustment. Pretty sure Frank goes out for all the pitching changes, but they're going to try to get Joaquin leveled out a little bit here, get his mechanics going, get him to understand that we need the ball put in play. We don't need strikeouts right now. We need balls put in play. This is a good opportunity for him to get his game on track. He's had a rough start this inning, but can come back and pull this one out if he chooses to. The meeting's broken up. Seth's on his way back to the dugout. Davenport back behind the plate. The batter will be Zach Cole. 1 for 3 with a base hit, ground to third, and an error on the shortstop. First and second, nobody out. The 0-1. He'll show him bunt. Ball in the dirt. He tries to advance to third on a read, and he's going to be out by a long shot. He did drop the ball, and I think the home plate umpire will overrule this to a safe call. And it is indeed what happens. The two umpires consult. The home plate umpire saw the drop. The base umpire was not necessarily out of position, but out of position to be able to see that drop. So first and third now for the Corsairs. 1-0 count. No outs. First and third. The pitch. Fastball right down the middle. And I tell you, Redwoods is taking some humongous hacks right now in a time of the game where they need some base runners. Now, that was a strike. A good pitch to swing at, but the swing was really big. I mean, you need 3 3-run home runs to get back in the game. Now, you need some base runners. The 0-1 delivery, one delivery called for a strike, going to 1-2. So Coach Sorensen goes out and talks to him, and Joaquin promptly gets ahead of the batter 1-2, and the pitch. And now a balk is called. So runners will advance. 1 run will score. The first base guy will run to second base. There was no pause in his delivery. No pitch. Goes as a no pitch. Count remains 1-2. And the Corsairs score a run on a balk. And it was a balk. There was no pause in his delivery at all out of the stretch position. It was an easy call for the umpire. Run on second base. 1-2 count. No outs. 1 run in for the Redwoods. The pitch, fastball right down the middle. Ingraham deep into 6-hole, fields it. Arm fakes, throws across the diamond, and he's safe. So that's going to go as an E6. I'm not quite sure. Maybe he didn't have a good grip on the ball, but he ends up arm faking the ball. The runner at second did not bite on the arm fake. Ingraham threw the ball across the diamond, and the runner beat it out. So that'll be an E6. The runner remained at second base. And Parker Rogers, the batter, 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored. So Joaquin does his job and gets the ground ball. The 0-0 pitch. They show bunt. The ball's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and the runners will advance to second and third. Still no outs. That is a wild pitch, but a ball that the catcher should have blocked. But it still goes as a wild pitch. So we go 1-0. Lassen playing the infield back. They'll give up the run for the out. The corners will check, and the 1-0 on the way. Fastball up, fouled off. They're helping Joaquin out right now. That was ball 2. But Joaquin will take it. We got a 1-1 count. The next pitch in the dirt. Davenport does block this one. 2-1 to count to Rogers. Fastball, strike. 2-2 the count. Runners still at second and third. Ground ball to the middle will score a run for the Corsairs. Joaquin comes set, and the pitch. Fastball up. Called strike 3, but above the waist a little bit. And a Redwoods player has something to say to the umpire, which at this point in the game is ridiculously silly. So Joaquin gets his punch out. And the batter will be Jaron Ford, who's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice and a backwards K. First pitch, 0-1. Warner seems to be settling in a bit. And the pitch, fastball right down the middle, swung and missed, 0-2. The 0-2. Fastball left up. He went and got it. Shearer's going back. He'll make the play in front of the fence. Catch the ball. 1 run will score, and the runner second will advance. Ball hit pretty well. But Shearer went back on it in a hurry and made the play. But the second run of the inning across the plate, Ford gets the sacrifice on the FA fly ball. It'll be Reagan Nyberg to the plate. Nyberg 1 for 3 with 2 punch outs. Yes, he did. He's a swing. Check swing. They appeal it again, and this time it goes as a strike. Again, on a fastball up, that should have been a take the whole way. The count's 0-1. Warner, this time the fastball is taken for a ball. Count goes to 1-1. 2 runs across for Redwoods. Warner with the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, blocked, 2-1. So after a rough start, Warner has pitched better. This ball goes in the dirt again, 3-1. Blocked by Davenport, holds the runner at third. 3-1 pitch. Runner at third, 2 outs. And the 3-1 pitch. In the dirt, blocked again by Davenport. Excellent job. And Nyberg gets a walk. That pitch was thrown way short of the plate. Davenport calls a first and third sign. That'll bring Strazula, the left fielder, to the plate. Has a double and 3 at bats. Warner checks the runner. Delivers the pitch. In the dirt again. Blocked by Davenport again. Corsairs with a little bit of a rally going. First and third, 2 outs, 1-0 pitch. Fastball up, popped up to the first baseman. He's under it, makes the play, and the third out's recorded. But the damage is done, and the Redwoods scores 2 runs. At the end of 7 full, 11 for Lassen. Top of the 8th. Pulling out for his 3rd inning of work. He's facing 4-hole hitter Jacob Cook. Cook with 2 hits on the day. The count 0-1. Taken for a ball 1-1. The 1-1 on the way. Taken up and away 2-1. And the comfortable lead is good. The 11-4 lead is good. But at the end of, Frank's going to have something to say. I'm sure. And there's a ball hit hard down the right field line, foul. Even the count at 2-2. But I'm sure Frank's going to have something to say about the 4 zeros that were put up there. They got shut out in the 1st and 2nd, and now in the 6th and 7th, they scored all their runs in the middle innings. Fastball swung and missed, strike 3, fouled off into the catcher's glove. The catcher held on to it. Cook is gone on strikes.
Whoever's after Cookie. Curtis is on good.
So batting for Rackham will be Juan Perez. Perez hitting 161. Kind of a utility guy, can play 3 different infield positions. And the 0-0 pitch is taken up for ball 1. Strike 1. Pull him, evens the count. And the 1-1 on the way. Hits him in the elbow. So Perez gets on the hard way. The Cougars will have a runner on first with 1 out. And hitting for Dax Air will be Curtis Lindsay. Curtis hitting 107 on the year. Does have a home run, a grand slam the first weekend of the season. Curtis can play first base in the outfield. And the walk again. Pulliam came in with a lot of walks and has suffered from that in his 2+ innings of work. Fastball up, but taken for a strike. Again, in large games where there's a large deficit, the strike zone does get bigger. And both coaches probably like it. So the 0-1 on the way. Slider hit well, hard to left field. Way back. And gets out. A home run for Curtis Lindsay. On a slider left in the middle of the plate.
Yeah, Kurt! Yeah, Kurt!
So Curtis Lindsay homers with 1 out, scoring 2 runs. Lassen hit 13-4, and Logan Fisher will be the batter. That ball was a line drive, hit very hard. I didn't think it was going to carry out, but it did. And the first pitch to Logan is a fastball down and away called strike 1.
What? The most home runs? Oh, for this season? Yeah. Rackham.
Slider swung and missed. Count goes to 0-2. Fisher has 1 hit in 4 at-bats. The 0-2. Slider called strike 3 looking. So Fisher is out number 2.
Oscars.
And Oscar Caicedo will be batting for Caden Cripps. Caicedo hitting 357. He has 14 at-bats. He was injured in the scrimmage in January before the season started on a line drive that hit him in the face in pregame. And he was at stitches, was on concussion protocol, but has had a productive comeback so far with 5 hits and 14 at bats. So he now bats with nobody on, 2 outs. Slider check swing, going to be called a strike, and indeed it is. Count goes to 0-1. The 0-1 delivery, slider again, called strike 2 this time. So Cauquedo ends up down behind in the count, 0-2 with 2 outs. And Pulliam rocks, delivers, fastball up. Count goes to 1-2. He's going to throw a slider right now because of the check swing and the called strike. And the 1-2, no, fastball up, check swing. This time it's a ball called by the first base umpire. Count goes to 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Again, a fastball, fouled off. Surprising, the fastball came with a check swing on the slider and then the called slider. There's the slider taken for ball 3. 3-2 now. And I'm guessing a fastball on the way. The 3-2. Nope. Slider caught looking. Third out made. Lassen scores 2 in the 8th to go ahead 13-4. Head to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom in the 8th. The Cougars make a pitcher who's a Hayden Rothley, left-hander from Montana. Fastball curveball guy. Scored 13-4 Cougars. Again, we're looking for strikes.
Brady Crabtree's on the plate.
And Brady Crabtree is now in the game catching for Ashton Davenport. Fastball up and away, ball 1.
Juan's at third. Who's that second?
For Lassen, Perez went to third, and
Caicedo.
Casado's at second. And Curtis Lindsay is in right field now. The 1-0 pitch called for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Fastball called away, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, fastball, call a ball, 3-1. Redwoods batter is Gavin Dansby, 1 for 4. And these innings are important to these relievers because they're all trying to get time as the season winds up. Throws a fastball down for ball 4. The catcher kind of came up out of his stance for some reason, might have blocked the view of the umpire. Nonetheless, goes as ball 4. Another leadoff walk with a big lead. Redwoods has a runner on first. No outs. 13-4 game.
Number 30. New hitter. Number 30. That's a good. Oh yeah, feathers were hard to read.
Mark Valenti is the pinch hitter for Redwoods, who pops the 1-0 pitch to shortstop. Ingraham makes the play. 1 out for Redwoods in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on first base. Blake Browning will be the batter. Got 1 hit and 3 official at bats. Big out for Wraithley right there as he throws his 0-0 pitch for strike 1. Why are we holding the freaking runner? Checks the runner. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Crabtree. Runner does not advance. 1-1 count. As I said earlier, all these relievers are coming in trying to establish themselves to be go-to guys as the season winds down and the playoffs enter. Fastball taken. Crabtree throw to second base on the attempt to steal is wide. Runner safe. So Redwoods continues to be aggressive on the bases. Yeah. Dansby pops up the ball to first baseman Cook. Makes the play. 2 outs now. So now we have 2 outs.
Number 4.
So Cam Whitty's the batter. Wraithley trying to pitch out of this inning. And Redwoods is trying to steal third base. The throw by Crabtree's not in time. I'm sorry, guys. This is nuts. You're down 13-4. We're not holding the runner. If he's out chasing 9 runs when he's already in scoring position, it's just I don't understand. But we have a 1-0 count to hitter. The pitch. Base hit up the middle to score a run. So Woody, with his second hit of the game, drives in a run, making the score 13-5. So Lassen now is going to play the first baseman behind the runner. Purpose being to cover more ground. Fastball goes for a strike, 0-1. If he steals his bag, it will not go as a stolen base. It'll go as an indifference. Lassen's giving him second. It doesn't mean anything. Breaking ball in the dirt, and he goes into second standing up. There's a little bit of chattering going on now. It counts 1-1 with 2 outs. Again, they're not holding the runner at second. Here's the 1 pitch. Ground ball, 1 hopper to shortstop. Ingram throws across the diamond. Out number 3. Cougars are out, giving up 1 run. We'll go into the top of the 9th with the score of 13-5. Leading out the ninth for the Cougars will be Brady Crabtree, who came in as a defense replacement for Ashton Davenport. Crabtree is hitting .500 on the year, 1 hit and 2 at bats. So the pitching change for Redwoods is a positional player. He has no pitching stats at all, named Logan Maher. So what they're doing is trying to save their pitching for the next game by throwing a positional guy who promptly falls behind 2-0 to Crabtree. So the idea is to find a positional guy that can just throw 1 inning, preferably strikes, and save your staff. But he's down 2-0 now, and now down 3-0. It was a bit odd when you see a guy come in that's going to burn innings and he's throwing breaking balls in his warm-up pitches when he's not a pitcher, or apparently has no pitching stats right now. He's just burning an inning. He throws his 3-0 pitch for ball 4. And Crabtree. That'll bring leadoff hitter Jack Ingram to the plate. Ingraham on the day has 1 hit and 5 at bats, scored a couple runs. He's been in the middle, played a good game of short. That's 5 in a row now thrown by the Redwoods pitcher. And the catcher doesn't block it. It hits the umpire, so he's not making any friends with the umpire right now. 5 in a row thrown by the Redwoods pitcher, Logan Maher. He's working out of the stretch. Something going on now. I'm not quite sure what it is, but the first baseman is really, or the pitcher and the first baseman had a conversation. I'm not quite sure what that would be about. The count is 1-0. And the pitch throws something off speed that actually went for a strike. So he throws 5 fastballs for balls, and they'll throw some type of off-speed pitch that goes for a strike. So it counts 1-1, no outs. Crabtree at second. Ingraham the batter. The 1-1 pitch. Low, ball 2. Crabtree not a threat to steal. And the 2-1 on the way. Again, some type of something, not quite sure what that pitch was. Hits Ingraham in the shoulder. And the Cougars will have runners at first and second, no outs. Redwoods head coach goes to the mound. He's asking for the ball. He takes the ball, so there's going to be a change.
Number 18 is pitching. 18.
So now they're going to bring in Connor Johnson, who has 1 appearance in a third of an inning. Well, I understand what he was trying to do, and I've had to do it myself, but bringing in the positional guy to burn an inning just didn't work out for him, and so he is going to go deeper into his bullpen. We'll be back after warm-ups. So Stutzman is being pinch hit for. Jake Ortner is hitting a $125 and takes first pitch strike. Cougars have run on second. Nobody out. And the 0-1 in the dirt, thrown about 50 foot, not blocked by the catcher. And Crabtree stumbles around third, but gets there. And Ingraham advances to second. So now we have second and third, no outs. The count's 1-1. Redwoods will play their infield back, giving up another run if we can get a ground ball to the middle. So the 1-1 on the way. Breaking ball in the dirt, swung and missed. 1-2 to count. Fouls off the 1-2 pitch.
Let's go, Jim.
One hop to second base, makes the play, throws the runner out at first. The runner scores Crabtree. I'm not quite sure why Ingram did not go to third base. So he sat on second.
Nathan Rowley.
Cougars are going to pinch it again. Nathan Rowley hitting for Matt Scheer. And the 0 on the way. Change up, waist high, fouled off. 0-1 to count. Ingraham on second. Cougars did score a run, making the score 14-5. And the 0-1 on the way. Fastball, low. One out, one on. 1-1 to count. Gets it in between hop, kicks it. Ingraham and Raleigh will be safe on the air. So we have the Cougars. Now Drew Bradbury will hit for Jacob Cook. Bradbury, a 161 hitter. That'll go 6. Pitch, strike. Down the middle, a bit low, but again, 10-run game. The one is going to get big. You need to be swinging if you come off the bench. The 0-1 on the way. Fouled off, 0-2. Raleigh with his lead at first. The 0-2 pitch. Off speed, up and in, 1-2. Raleigh is a base running threat. The way this game's going, I'm not sure if he'll run or not. In the dirt, scooped by the catcher nicely. Runner cannot advance. He didn't attempt to block it, but it popped in his glove. And Raleigh could not advance. So we get 2-2, 1 out. The pitch to Bradbury popped up over the first base dugout, fouling out of play. What they say down there?
They said they were good.
We'll do it all again. The 2-2, 1 out pitch. Ground ball to third. Gets by the third baseman and into left field. Raleigh goes from first to third. Bradbury with a big turn at first. Back pick at him. He's set back easily. So we have a base hit by Bradbury to left field. Raleigh goes first to third with a one out again. A bit unorthodox. First to third in that situation is a bit tough, especially with a 10-run lead, but both teams continued to run despite the deficit. So Juan Perez up again for his second time. Promptly takes the 0-0 pitch, grounds it to third, who bobbles it, and everybody will be safe again. Another error on the third baseman for Redwoods, and another run for the Cougars, making it 16-5. So a couple errors by the left side of the infield for the Redwoods has allowed another 3-run inning for the Cougars, and more to come. With one out, Curtis Lindsey's back up. Homered his last time at bat, takes a fastball low for ball one. And that home run he hit never got more than 8 feet off the ground. That ball was hit and hit hard and got out in a hurry. He has a 1-0 pitch. Fastball by him. 1-1 count. One out. Runners at first and second. Bradbury at second. Perez at first. Lindsey at the plate with a 1-1 count. Fastball again. Waist high. Fouled straight back. Count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch. Curveball looked like down 2-2. Two-two pitch fouled off. Connor Johnson, the Redwoods pitcher, has done his job. He's gotten a couple ground balls. Should have been out of the inning a while ago. Now the pitch, ground ball to third. He'll step on the bag for one, go across the diamond, pulls the first baseman off the bag. He's safe. The out recorded, 5 unassisted. Still have runners on first and second. Now with 2 outs.
Jack McDonald.
Guys that Lassen has on their roster, hitting a $133, and his 0-0 pitch is up. Ball one. Two outs. The 1-0. Fastball popped up behind the catcher. Has room, makes a catch, tires aside. Not before Lassen scores 3 runs, making the score 16-5 going into the bottom of the ninth.
Third baseman, I think.
So we go to the bottom of the ninth. Lassen ahead, 16-5. And Rogers, the batter for Redwoods, takes the first pitch for a ball. The 1-0 on the way. Called strike. Goes for a ball, 2-1. Again, the urgency is for strikes and only strikes. And whatever happens, happens. The 2-1 goes for a ball to 3-1. Those are things that just drive coaches insane. Got to be able to make a big pitch here. Fastball, a 3-1 fastball hit the right center field. Excuse me. Raleigh makes a catch on the move for the first out for the Cougars. Here in the bottom of the ninth, with an 11-run lead. That'll bring Jaron Ford to the plate. Ford hitless on the day with a sacrifice. First pitch up and away, swing and a miss. 0-1 to count. That's him. That's him.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch from Wraithley goes for a ball. Count 1-1. It's really big for him right now to establish himself for the rest of the season. So the 1-1 pitch is fouled back. 1-2 to count. 1 out. Nobody on base. Bottom of the ninth. The pitch. Fastball up and away, taken for a ball, 2-2. Pretty sure it'll be a fastball. And here's the pitch. Fastball, fouled off. Count 2-2. Just needs strikes coming out of the bullpen in big leads. And the 2-2's on the way. Breaking ball, fouled off over the first base dugout. Decent breaking ball right there. Sets up the 2-2 pitch.
Just run the scoreboard for the game.
We have the pitch. Fastball down the middle, 1 hop to Casado. And the outs recorded is 4-3.
Yeah.
2 outs. Cougars 1 out away from a conference win.
We'll probably be done. I don't know, 8:30 probably.
Reagan Nyberg now the batter for the Redwoods.
I'll probably just head straight home after the game tomorrow.
He probably swings and misses at a ball in the dirt, but he swung a miss. It's 0-1.
Yeah. Probably.
Fastball up,
I think
1-1.
here at probably 8:30 tomorrow too. Or in the morning, 8:30 in the morning.
The tempo's slowed a little bit at a time when you want to see the tempo really speed up. The 1-1 on the way. Fly ball, shallow center field. Raleigh calls it, makes the catch, game over, Cougs win. Back for game 2 in just a little while.